I'm sorry I've been so MIA. I am hitting like the last of my pregnancy and I am so exhausted. I'm so over it. I'm like ready to be done. I feel like my face is starting to like expand and I'm starting to get a little swollen. I am officially 36 weeks and I am due on February 10th, but I go to the doctor tomorrow and I'm hoping that I'm going to be early. I'm praying. I mean, my doctor thinks I'm going to be early, but anyways, let's get back to the video. So, like I said, this year I wanted to get a little deeper with you guys, and I wanted to share a part of me that I don't talk about so often. Well, as you can see, the title of this video is how sex and alcohol ruined my self-confidence, or how it affected my self-confidence, really. So I went through this period in my life where I literally was drinking all of the time and blacking out daily. Literally, I would black out daily. It was a thing. It was normal. If I woke up in the morning and didn't remember anything, it wasn't a big deal. I just had to ask my friends what happened, and thank God I had really great friends that would never let me go anywhere by myself, even if I was like super passionate about it, like, let me go, I'm gonna be fine. They're like, no, you're not gonna be fine. This point in my life was kind of around when my father died. So my father died when I was a senior in high school, and I hadn't drank at all up until that point. I was never really interested in it, and I don't know, I guess because of all the emotions I was dealing with, I kind of was just like, what the hell, like, sure. And once I had that first sip of alcohol, guys, it was like a done deal for me, and I think it was vodka, and it's actually, I don't drink too much vodka now because it just makes me into this like angry, crazy person. But anyways, I tried vodka, and then that was like my drink of choice, and I would literally in college just like shot back vodka like it was nothing and chug out the bottle, and I don't even know, like, and this was, and not even college, like this was in high school too. Like, you're having friends over, let's get drunk. You're someone's birthday, let's get drunk. I'm bored when I hang out, let's get drunk. Like, it was always an excuse to let's get drunk. And also I found that when I was drinking, I was able to do things that I was maybe too scared of to do while sober. I mean, a lot of people get the liquid courage, as you like to call it, and I did. And it never really helped me. I mean, it was fun on the way until the blackout stage, and then when I got to the blackout stage, I don't know what would happen. And I'd cry a lot. It was like a cry for help. I feel like I'd always have something to complain about when I was drunk, and something to like break me down. And instead of suppressing my feelings, it just made them come to the surface even more. And I mean, even sex, compared to a lot of my friends at the time, I was a late bloomer. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like 17 years old, 16 or 17 years old. Yeah. And, growing up, I was like scared of it. I didn't want to get pregnant. I didn't want to get STDs. I was super scared. And when I finally did it, it was just like, I don't know, it unleashed this thing in me where I felt like I had this power, and I felt like, well, if I have sex with this guy, I'll be more fun to be around. If I have sex with this guy, he'll like me more. And it became a weapon to use as to be liked. And, a lot of people say they're into casual sex, and I'm not here to judge anybody, but I tried to tell myself that I was into casual sex, but I always got emotionally involved. And when I was drunk and when I was having sex, it's like, I thought I was like the bomb. Like, I thought I was the shit, and I wasn't. And, I had sex with guys, and I thought that, they thought of me in this way of like, she's amazing, but instead I was just sex. And what I started to realize is that I was giving pieces of myself away to these people. And when I look back on my life and I think of the people that I had sex with, it's like, I don't even talk to most of these people anymore. I don't know anything about them. I don't know where they live, and they have a piece of me. And every person, regardless if I wanted to admit it or not, I had some type of emotional connection or some type of expectation of them. If I had sex with them, were they supposed to make me their girlfriend? I think deep in my mind, I wanted that to be it. In the beginning, if I just had sex with them, it was like, whatever, this is just sex. But over time, if I kept doing it, it's like, well, I should be your girlfriend. But all guys are not going to respond to you that way. if you're just having sex with them, they're just gonna see you as just having sex. And instead of this power that I thought I had and the self-confidence that I thought was getting boosted, I started losing myself, completely losing myself in alcohol and sex. And I started to feel so low about myself because I was giving myself away to these people. Literally, I was giving parts of myself. I felt like crap in any of the relationships I had, whether they were emotional or physical. I felt like crap. And instead of trying to fix the problem, I just kept doing it, and I kept drinking to just make it easier for myself, or I just kept having sex to make me feel like I was wanted, but really it just did the opposite. I think we sometimes want to be loved and appreciated and accepted so bad that we'd get any attention from anywhere. And in the moment, it may feel right. It may feel like your ego's being stroked and you're the best thing that's ever happened to someone. But in reality, you're not. It's just the moment, because once that moment slips away, you're back to feeling the exact same way. And it sucks. And what I learned from that is I have to start loving myself. I had to eventually stop drinking so much. I had to eventually stop getting with guys and just having sex with them automatically because it didn't mean anything. What was I showing them about me? There was nothing they were learning about me as Lauren, as an individual. All they were knowing was my body. And all I got from it was giving pieces of myself away to strangers. And well, I'm saying strangers because I don't talk to most of these people now. So, and I just think, in the society that we live in, sex is glorified. And, sex is great. It's, you're exploring your body. There's nothing wrong with it. However, when you're young and you're just doing it recklessly and just giving it to any guy because you think they deserve it, but you don't even know them, that becomes an issue. Because eventually you don't feel good about yourself. And I ended up looking to drinking to, I think, help me deal with things that I was dealing with and my emotions and my anger. I think for the moment it helped and it masked, but not really, because then I would blow up in tears and in anger, and every single time I was drunk. Seriously, bless my friend's heart, because I don't know how they did it and how they dealt with me. I was a mess. I was like that friend, oh, here she goes again, you can't bring her anywhere. Yep, that was me. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassed. I mean, of course I look back on it and I laugh, but it's embarrassing that I let myself get that way. But I also was dealing with a lot that a lot of people don't know about, insecurities that I had and emotions that I thought I dealt with and I didn't. And then, sex just followed because it was a cool thing to do. You hang out with a guy, you like him, and you have sex. But all sex and alcohol did was tarnish my self-confidence and tarnish my view of my self-worth. And I've never felt more confident and more self-aware as I do now, just by working on myself spiritually and internally. Of course, physical, I want to work out and stuff. I'm pregnant, so I can't wait till I pop so I can start eating better and focusing on a healthier lifestyle. But I'm getting off track again. I just feel like I've been able to really just deal with the demons that I've tried so long to suppress and push down. And that's where our troubles come from, guys. It always comes back to the things that we think we've dealt with that we haven't dealt with. Things that we think we've forgiven that we have not forgiven. Things that we thought we have let go of that we have not let go of. So in order for us to feel confident, in order for us to know our worth, we need to deal with the things that we try so hard to forget. Accept them. Feel those emotions, live your truth, feel your story, experience your past again, but let it go through you and move on. We cannot live in the past anymore. There are things that have happened to us that we may never let go of, and that's understandable. There may be deaths in your family that you feel like you can never overcome. Doesn't mean you forget about them, but you can move on. And you don't have to live there and sit there in misery and depression and in this dark, cold place, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to know your worth and feel confident about yourself, whether it's your body, whether it's your personality. One of my friends, I was talking to her the other day, and I've been trying to just be there for her and really on this journey of trying to find herself and better herself. And I told her, I said, I want you to make a list of a few things that you like about yourself. I want absolutely none of them to be physical. Once we're able to do that and really create a lengthy list of things that we like about ourselves, we'll be able to really accept and see what we view as our self-worth. And I remember she couldn't come up with a lot automatically, and I'm like, that's fine. It took me so long to find things that I liked about myself because I hated myself. I knew how annoying I was drunk. I knew how bad my anger was. I knew how my attitude was disgusting. I knew how judgmental I was. The only few things I could come up with was like things on my body that I thought were great, you know, or things that I could do physically that I thought were great. That's not who you are. That's not self-confidence. That's not self-worth. And today I can stand here and say there are so many things that I love about myself. I love that I am crazy passionate. And when I'm passionate about something, yeah, I go hard, but it's because my passion is so big. I love that I have a huge heart. I love really hard, really, really hard. And it makes me hurt even more, but that's okay because I know my heart is so big. I love that I'm a good listener. I love that I've been able to grow up into this person where I look to give without anything in return, because I remember I never used to be that way. I felt like if I was going to give you something or do something for you, that you should automatically give it back to me, and that's not how I am anymore. Like, I feel like I live to serve others. And, you know, there's just so many things I love about myself today, and I'm grateful for the past that I've had, and I'm grateful for those experiences because they've shaped me into who I am today. But we have to be careful for what we turn to. Like back in the day when I turned to sex and alcohol, we look to those things to help us and to create this false reality of who we are. And in some way we think it's gonna help us, but really it hurts us. It burns us, guys. It tarnished my confidence and my self-worth and made me feel even worse about myself. It left me in this dark hole that took me so long and so much work to get out of. But I stand here today thankful that God was able to get me out of that and show me a whole new life, show me a whole new way of living, and just really accepting who I am as a person, who I am as a woman, and what I have to offer the world. Beyond my looks, beyond any physical thing, but what I have in me emotionally, spiritually, mentally as a person to give this world. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I hope that gives you a little peek inside my life of things I don't share very often. But like I said, this year I really want to get open with you guys and really share some of my deepest, darkest battles that I've had, because in sharing that, I know that I can help others and encourage you that you can too really make a difference and change your life and come a long way. You know, there's always room for change. Anyone can change. I do believe that everyone can change if they want to. So I hope that this video inspires you and encourages you to do that. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.